Live from Buck Island, British Virgin Islands, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jerremy Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, and trade it. My friends and family, team and fans from around the entire globe, Rhea, Jonathan Wades, Joseph, Sammy, Tage, Zach, Johnson, Keith, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Chris West, how's it going? Zuki, Justin, Sean, everyone's all pumped up and amped. I love it. June has been a stupendous month. So congratulations to all my June winners. In fact, type a 4 into the chat pane if you are winning in the month of June. Let's see all those 4s. Uh-oh, is everyone typing in a 4? There's only 46 people here right now, and it looks like everyone is typing in a 4. I love it. Congrats. Justin Linderman. Yeah. My girl Cindy, well done. Adam, Victor, Michael, truly everyone in the chat pane, well done. Well done. This is the broader markets. SPY slowly grinding higher. We're going to keep melting up. Buy the dip. Trend is bullish. And I don't really see any massive reasons to stop right now. I know I've been saying the same things for a while, but that's okay. I think a lot of us are going to learn this lesson. Make sure you lock in those profits, collect the gains, buy assets with the profits that you collect, do things with the cash flow, improve your life, take time, be patient. Justin says, thank you, Jeremy. Couldn't have done it without you. Man, it is an honor and a privilege to even be in the same sentence as your success, my brother, because you spent tons of time and energy. So if I had anything to do with it, thank you, my brother. It has been just, I'm sincere when I say this, guys. It's such a great journey, and I'm so thrilled to be here with all of you every single day. So I'll be here, in fact, for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bring in Yates to finish off the back 15 for me. So Yates is going to do the afternoon room. Only because I have a presentation here on the island. The week of the message of the island, the theme of the island this week is abundance. And I'm about to go kick off a keynote presentation for that. So Yates has kindly agreed to take over the last 45 minutes of the afternoon room. But before we do that, the Qs absolutely rampage. Jackson, new white soldier, consolidation, boom goes the cannon. Dow Jones actually retested in the IWM. Really nice retest of that old resistance, new support. So that's so pretty. I love it. I'm thinking individual stock picking right now is a lot of fun. In fact, type in a 7 if the automated trading course and the algo and the Momo has already kind of changed your life a little bit. That algo course has been so ridiculous. So many good takeaways. A lot of people already implementing the information and the knowledge and the tools and the skill set. Got to thank my boy JOAN for that one, and Matt DeLong and Dustin Drummond and David Potvin. It's been a journey that I'm just very proud of to be a part of. So thank you, guys. All right, here we go. Let's go into some stocks. PATH, this was an official swing trade that I set up today. I posted it earlier in the day, and it did fill. So 70.51 by 66.51. I just like this little compression. It was just trading sideways for a while and it kind of popped out. So I said, hey, let's just try it. This is one of those that could easily not work, like very, very simply. But I was like, hey, let's throw it on the list and let's see if it doesn't work. I don't know. I'm gonna try for it to work or to not work. But if it doesn't, that's okay. And if it does, that's equally okay. But all is good. We are triggered in. If you did not get that message in the real life trading official swing trades list, no big deal. Just set up today. You could probably easily trigger tomorrow. Okay. So that's UiPath, just a quick in and out. Let's see if it works. ROKU, ROKU, I had to unravel the ROKU credit spread. And it was not easy. I had to leave one of the sessions this morning to make that happen, but I was able to get out today. So I did not get out on Friday. We gapped up today, and here was pretty much the unravel. Here's the 5-minute chart. Type in a 7 if you see the retest. It was a retest gap, right? So we gapped up, we retested, and when this one white soldier candle came in, after that candle came in, I unraveled the bear call spread on ROKU and closed the bear call spread, which was the long call. Sammy, type in a 6 if you remember me talking about that on Friday. So I bought to close the short call, spent tons of money to do that. I say tons of money. I mean, I had to unravel it. I had to spend cash, which was about $30 per contract unraveling it. And then I sold the calls up here for about $34. So I made about $4 of profit. So it was actually a very profitable unravel. And yes, I got lucky. I'm glad it continued. But the only thing I did was realize that ROKU is very, very, very strong. And Joseph, is this a bear candle closing above the 10 EMA? I can't remember if it is. Could you remind me? Is that it is. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So bear candle closing above the 10 EMA. And then we got a bull, new white soldier, inside candle, a little bit of a hammer. So, hey, I figured if it goes higher, go higher. So it gapped up today on a Monday. You guys know how much I love Monday gaps. And it cleared the open of this ginormous bearish candle on March the 2nd. So that was the unravel on the bear call spread for a profit for ROKU. That's pretty much it. Plug. There's a lot of people asking about plug right now. And I have to admit, this is a pretty candle. Now, the 100 is going to come in and kind of push it down a little bit. That doesn't mean that you can't play it, but it probably means you want to play it non-directional. I know that there's tons and tons of traders who bought the dip a little early on plug somewhere over here, and you're kind of bag holding a little bit. This is a rest after battle pattern. Absolutely correct. And it's going to take some time for that bag to become profitable. But if you buy 10 shares or 15 shares, 20 shares, 5 shares at a time, slowly accumulate, maybe do some covered calls above 41 or whatever your cost basis is. I don't know if I would do an iron condor. I could see the benefits of it, but it's so far down, it has a long way to go up. You know, so I think it's probably best to just do a bull put spread. I could see why you could do an iron condor, but Momo is bullish on the daily. In fact, it's been bullish on the daily since May 24th. So in essence, be a little bit bullish on plug. 100 simple is coming down to act as a resistance, and just kind of keep that in your forefront. That could be a really nice target, and it does look bullish on plug. Unity software. I do have some shares of Unity. And it's not a large position. I have 116 shares of Unity, and I am profitable in those shares now. So as of this resistance, a bunch of bull candles in a row was a great time to get into a collar, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bull candles in a row. Here's the resistance, new high, sell a call, buy a put. And if Unity comes back and tests 300, very buyable there if you're not in. And with a bear inside candle at a resistance, if it breaks out Tuesday, Wednesday, let it continue to be bullish. Why not? Uni software looking pretty strong. All right. Next on the list is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. And I know that there are a lot of people in AMD. So if you are in AMD, congratulations. It is slowly continuing a little bit higher. I like the gap a lot today. It's a very, very good open. There was a few traders in the AMD is my ATM and some really good charts here. So my boy Taze, check this out. So he squeezed out an R late in the day. But this was definitely not a good one. Definitely one to not short. Definitely a good one to not short. Yates says, what are your thoughts on all the big volume candles last Friday? So they were having a Russell 2000 rebalance. Yep. So it was a big ETF rebalancing with people buying and selling shares right at the end of the day to rebalance the overall ETF. So yeah, man. But Tej, great trade on AMD. This was definitely one to be bullish on. Look how clean this open is. Look how beautiful this open is on AMD today. I mean, type in a 7 if that's perfect. It's a perfect gap. There's no way you're shorting AMD with an open like that today. There's no way. Easily go bullish here in the morning, or go bullish here somewhere on that after the retest, or go bullish somewhere late in the day. Either way is great. A lot of traders have some covered calls on AMD. There are a lot of traders that are still kind of bag holding AMD some. I am no longer bag holding, so I'm profitable on AMD. Covered call, a few people have a 100 for July. If you get called away, great. If you don't, no big deal. But AMD has returned from the gulags, as Robert Falco likes to say. Buy the dip, trend is bullish, great gap today. I like it. JOAN, JOAN. This is one that did wick us out. We did get wicked out right here on June 18th. This was a swing trade that we did set up officially, and I did get wicked out of this one. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on this one to see if I want to get back in. So this is the one that I'm just kind of putting on my list as a, maybe we'll get back in or not. I'm not aggressive with it. I'm not going to stress about it either way. Going to keep an eye on it to see what it does. I like the trend. Trend's bullish. I really like the high wave nature of today's candle. So that could be kind of cool. So it's just going to be kind of about seeing what this one does and figuring out how it plays out. All right, Salesforce, which was really pesky. I mean, the option trade did stop us out because of the rebalance, which was really dumb. I'm so mad that I got stopped out on that. I figured I would since I wasn't buying that much time. I was just hoping it would have a great pop. But if you're trading this one with shares, it's working great. Well, I say it's working great. I mean, you're not losing on it. You're at break even. But I love this hammer. I like the volume that we took out on Friday. I like the overall trends. I like the double bottom. Either way, if this one doesn't work, I did get stopped out of the option trade, so no big deal. Right? We can cry later. But 234, really nice double bottom neckline on Salesforce. Great spot to buy the retest right around there. Deutsche Bank, I actually am intrigued in Deutsche Bank. It's at the blue line, AKA the 100 simple moving average for the third time. So we could hang out, trade sideways here for just a little bit, but it's a pretty big bank, really strong volume. It's broken above its long-term moving averages. It's trying to actually recover from a chart pattern perspective. So you'd figure that Deutsche Bank could only go so low, and it has slowly recovered. Banky McBankerton trying to bounce off the 100. So yeah, keep an eye on it. It looks kind of cool. Partial gap fill, nice little bear candle. It's a possibility. That's all, just a possibility. Zendesk, nice looking trends. Really good double bottom here on the daily. I mean, look at this neckline retest. Type in a 5 if that's the most beautiful double bottom neckline that your eyes have ever beheld. Only one. I'll go ahead and type in my 5. It's a strong double bottom. Beautiful, gorgeous, intrepidly splendid. Higher low, good double bottom, nice close above the neckline. Even made a higher low over here where I had a double bottom, the exact same price last time. Hashtag color me shocked. Very, very pretty pattern. And is that the retest? I mean, it even had a retest gap for you to retest. Ooh. It's a nice, nice double bottom neckline retest. That's where you're buying. If you're not buying there, there's your high wave candle to get in and above, and boomtown amigos. There she goes. Nice looking trade on Zendesk. Buy desks. That's one of my investing strategies. If it has the word desk in it, you should probably buy it. People love desks. Zendesk crushing. Alf, unstoppable. My boy, Alf, hungry. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. You guys see that trade review on Friday? We talked about this one on June 15th. I gave you the exact plan to how to trade this. If you buy 1,000 shares and it went to zero, right? Your maximum risk was $6,000. That $6,000 investment has come up to about $22,000 today. That is banana sandwich. Unbelievable, but it's happening. It's there. It's in front of us. It is wild, wild town up in here. Alf, good trade. All right, so this is actually an interesting ETF. This is the one I'm gonna leave you guys with. So Humble is, I've done 5 minutes of research on it. Humble ETF, Humble on the market. See if what that says. I'm trying to give you like a really good example of what it is, but pretty much it's like an ETX. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to turn this particular ticker into an ETF for cryptocurrencies. Essentially, that's what they're trying to do. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know if it's going to be valid or not, but it's $1.22. So they are working a lot on the Bitcoin blockchain exposure. They're doing a lot of protocol things. I think they're really, really trying hard to turn this into an actual ETX, not an ETF, not an ETN, but an ETX, which is relatively unique. So if you're looking at buying it, it's something you could consider. Again, you by no means have to or need to. I don't have any position in this one yet, but I am just kind of watching it. Just I don't know, just see what it does. It's $1.22 a share. Maybe buy 100. And that's it. And it goes higher, great. And if it doesn't, no big deal. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna hand the baton to a much better looking, much cooler, smarter, stronger, faster, just overall amazing human being. My boy Yates Craig's going to take it out. By the way, guys, give it up for Yates being a brand new dad, Mr. Biceps himself.
What's up? Thank you so much, Jeremy. Yeah, it is. It's been a tired couple of weeks, but it's been some of the most amazing weeks ever. So good. So glad to be with you. Have an awesome time in the island today, Jeremy, and the rest of this week. And say hello to Falco, who's also there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, brother. I will.
Crushing it with you guys.
I appreciate you.
Living in abundance. All right. See you, buddy. All right, guys, what's up, team? Let me go through the list where he left off. So HMBL, that actually sounds super interesting. I had never heard of that. What's up? What's up, Hector? What's up, George? What's up, everybody? Yeah, dad bod, not even a dad. Well, I mean, I can see where dad bod comes from because I have worked out like twice a week at the most since my daughter was born. So, luckily, I don't have a chance to eat very much, so I'm good. It kind of evens itself out. I just lose all my gains, so I need to see someone with that fat city coming to a town near you. We'll see about that. I got some things in the works. So, all right, sweet. Let's jump into it. Our next stock here on the list is SGBX, whatever that is. So, interesting candle today that we had. We did get decently high wick on this one with some increasing volume on SGX. If you do go back, we do have a sideways to downward trend on this. We're trying to break out of this. Our RSI is getting pretty high. So I would look to possibly buy the dip back down into this 100 again. If you are looking to get long. We did have a pretty nice double bottom here. Nice close above the neckline. And we did just move higher ever since then. So that was a good looking one to be in, perhaps by the 100, or even look to get down here again with the next line retest. So you guys just been dad bod this whole time talking about it. Geez, you bring up dad bods once, and then the crowd goes wild in the chat pane, and that's all we hear from for the next 45 minutes. All right, so ARLO is our next stock on the list. ARLO. So ARLO has been just chopping sideways, moving steadily higher, kind of with the rest of things out there. It has basically all these averages have consolidated. So if you are looking to go long, this would not be the worst place in the world to do it. We did come down to this resistance right here. At this 697 level, which looks pretty good. So if you are looking to get in, perhaps a small retest and look to jump in on that one. This one again, we see that big volume on Friday. I was wondering about that. I figured it was some kind of rebalancing. I think I saw a post that probably Falco or one of the people much smarter than me posted on the rebalancing. So I figured it wasn't too consequential. So yeah, I mean, this one looks good. I like how all the averages here are just consolidating. We had a nice little hammer, kind of Morningstar reversal here on June 21st. And today we got a little bit of a high wave indecision bear candle. So if we do move higher, not a bad looking chart to me. So, all right, ATHA. This one had just got completely wrecked on the 18th. And we've been just moving completely sideways. So if we do break up above this candle, that could be an all right one. We did have a lot of people buying on that day, trying to buy it. It was down like this massive down 45%, 46% is at its low. I would give this one a little bit of time. You want to at least give these 3 days when they bounce, or when they have a huge gap down like this before they bounce. But I'd probably wait a little bit, and I'd want at least to close above this 1187 region if I was going to go long on this thing. As far as shorting it, I mean, when you have a 45% gap down, not the best time to go short again. I mean, I would just wait this thing out. We are super oversold. If you look here on the RSI, we're down around the, what is this, 22 or so, somewhere in there. So yeah, just give this one a little bit of time. I would say for me, not the best looking of charts right now. So, all right, moving on to PAYCOM. PAYCOM was a nice little trade. I think the room had set this one up as well. I actually got out of my swing trade on Friday, maybe Thursday, I forget which day, right at this level, this 370-ish level, 367, I think was my level. And today we actually broke through the 100 and we hit the 200 because those did cross right back over here. I think PAYCOM still does look good for a bullish move higher. We had just an epic double bottom here. And also the reason I took this trade was right here. This chart on the weekly is the whole reason I like this trade a lot. We had the hammer off of the 100 on a weekly, and I basically set up that hammer trade right there. So yeah, we do, going back to the daily, we do probably want a little bit of a pullback. We did have this just gargantuan run right here, 13%, which, I mean, for some stocks isn't big, but PAYCOM doesn't move a ton generally. So we have regained, we almost closed above this big bull volume candle. So I think it has some room to consolidate, move sideways, and move up higher into these 410 levels. So if you're still holding that PAYCOM trade that the room took, congratulations, awesome job. You rock, and just trail your stops on this one. Looks great. GOOS, Canadian GOOS. All right, I remember this was one of the first companies I traded after joining Real Life Trading back in like 2018. It was much cheaper then, I think. Oh, no, it wasn't. $23. Yeah, it was half the price. This one's an interesting stock. It just moved directly sideways, but we did almost have this gap fill down here, which is the reason I like it. We almost have the gap fill. We do have this little bit of double bottoming right here. And we did basically retest this neckline, and we're ending right into that 100. So if you're looking to buy this thing, I like that level somewhere right in there. See what happens. Could have a stop down here if you want, and try to make it a little bit of a longer trade to get into new all-time highs. So I think that one looks really good on a technical basis for a little bit of a pop, and the next line retest of that. Kind of there's about 3 double bottoms in here that I see, one right here, then your big one right there. So looks good on GOOS for whoever requested that one. I also remember I had, I think for some reason, I bought that in Canadian dollars. So then I had to do a weird transfer and Interactive Broker. I don't know, it was a whole thing. I had no idea what I was doing. Haven't traded it since. And yeah, good chart though. So GRWG, let's see, this one, awesome candle today. Look at that. We have a huge increasing volume, bull candle closing above the 100. What more could you ask for? Where would you want to buy this one? I asked the whole crowd. Everyone says we want to buy it at a retest of halfway through that candle where the 100 is. Pretty much, I mean, all day. Like you can have your stop right here below all these moving averages, the 10, the 50, and the 20. And let's look at this one on the weekly chart. Go drawings. Yeah, still really good. The 10 is just holding this thing up perfectly. I like that one. That does look good. Looking pretty saucy on GRWG. If you're looking to take that 50% of that big bull candle with volume, looks great to me. I have been, just in this market, we've been moving so bullish. A lot of what I've been doing is not taking it quite 50%. I believe Joseph Musa said 46.3, 46.53. Yeah, exactly. Well, I like to bring it like, what percent of that candle would be? That'd be 46.88. So you're just kind of front running it a little bit. If you try to get that exact half usually of the candle down here, like 46, one will be below that 100. And two, oftentimes I just get little wicks that are basically, it's kind of like a wick right in here. and then we move higher and I get skipped on it. So sometimes what I've been doing recently is setting up one entry here, a second entry here, and my stop down here. That's what I really like to be doing recently. And I've just been getting filled on this one entry for the past, I think, 3 trades I took like that. But hey, I'm in, and they are all working at this point. So just an idea of how to take some of those. If you don't want to take that 50% and get totally skipped over, you can be more aggressive on one side of it and have that second entry to get you in your full position if you would like. So that's GRWG. I like the look of it. Great job for whoever saw that one, and hopefully it works out for you if you're taking it. ASTS. This one has just a monster candle here on the 8th, and it's just been within that candle. So downward trend from February. I wouldn't really do anything with this one just because this 100 and 200 are basically right here. You're going to be, if you're taking it long, you're going to be running right into those in tomorrow if it does work out. So yeah, I would definitely, I'd wait a little bit on this one. So I'm not sure. You see cell phones in space, maybe ATS Space Mobile. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't even know. I got no answer. But so hey, this one is one to, if we do just take 50% of this candle, when we got it, you would be filled and you would be profitable by pennies, small little pennies. But that 50% retrace of big candles with big volume does work. And there is a example, only one stock later, that we do see that actually working on. So that one, I just wait on it a little bit or wait for it to come down, kind of retest more of this big candle, wait for it to get into the 820 region, or if we do get a breakout above here, try to buy it at that point. But for right now, I don't see a lot on that one. So ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. ICE has had a really nice run, and we today put in a nice hammerish candle after several gap ups, the unfilled gaps. Today we did fill the gap from, what would that be, Thursday? We filled the Thursday gap with today's wick. So if we do continue break above here, I think we do just continue higher. Otherwise, I would like to buy this one more around the 10. If it was me, we are a little bit in a possibly a channel. If we do break out of here, you could look to buy the retest on that one. So ICE is one that if we go out to a weekly, it is just consolidating sideways ever since about this December, January or so. We do have this sideways to channeling movement. Epic hammer right here on the weekly chart on the May 17th hammer. We have only gone higher since then. So that was a hammer of hammer wicking down into all these lows right here. That one looks really good. However, you would have had to be watching this one on May 17th, and it is now not May 17th. So I'd give that one a little bit and just wait for it to pull back maybe into the 10. That would be nice. If it fills this gap, that would also be good too. So just give that one a little bit of pullback, and if it runs, it runs. So all right, AI had this nice little pop back over here. We are trying to bottom on this stock. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see we just had pretty much the double top of all double tops, and then we did actually break down. We had this hammer candle. Everyone thought that, hey, this hammer should be the bottom. It's in right here. Let's not break this level, and we broke it like a week later and just kind of continued to trade down. It looks like we're bottoming now. We're just kind of forming a bottoming pattern. We're having a rounding pattern right here. So if we eventually make it up over these moving averages, which we seem to be, that one's gonna be looking good. What is Momo doing on this one on the 78-minute? Momo is long on this, is long on the daily. Let's see if it's switched over yet. So yeah, it has also switched over on the daily as well. So that is good. We have Momo on the daily and on the 78-minute now has switched over on this one. So it looks like we are trying to bottom in it to an extent. So just keep your eyes on it. Try to possibly accumulate down here as we do accumulate. So that one's possibly looking good if you know what to do and like the company. Could be nice. DOCN, this is one I've been watching closely. I have some limit buys in. I'm in a little bit of shares on this, but nothing quite too big yet. I do really like how we broke out of this consolidation right here. So I'm hoping we can eventually retest some of these levels, and I'll get in my full longer term position on this, on the digital ocean. Oceans are cool, digital's cool. Why not buy this company? That's how I do my research. I don't know about you guys, if you do more than that. I'm not sure. Do you like buying breakouts? Generally I buy retests for the most part. If I'm swing trading, on day trading, I like buying breakouts. Swing trading, I tend to buy retests, and that's how I like to set up some more aggressive retests. So if I was trying to just get in on swing trade on this, I would look to buy probably right here, and then maybe like right here, and then put a stop in possibly right here. So I really like that kind of setup, so that I'm putting in a little bit more of an aggressive entry, a little more conservative than I have my stop below kind of a recent pivot. So that would be kind of a swing trade entry that I would set up on here. If I was going back in time and looking at this one here, I still wouldn't have bought a breakout on it, on that candle. I would have waited for that candle, and then I would have set up my buy at these levels over here, and then filled there. However, I started watching this one on the 22nd. So on this day I saw it, and I bought in a little bit on this day as we had that big candle. And then I just have been kind of watching this thing. So we will see what it does. I like it, more of a longer term play. I'm just trying to accumulate these shares as it moves sideways and higher. So this is the earnings over here that I'm just watching, because oftentimes on these new IPOs, TradingView won't show up with their earnings dates. So I like to put those lines on. So that's DOCN, Digital Ocean. We'll see what it does. See if we can get a dip back into 45. And I like that one. So ESTC, another just raging bull of a last couple months on this one. I know this one's making some people's Momo strategies work out perfectly. We are in this overbought area. However, we can continue to stay in the overbought area for some time. And if we do just move sideways and these moving averages catch up, I think we can get a bit more high of a move before a retest. If you're looking to get in this one now, I really like the 137 level. That's where I'll be getting back in. I actually sold my position on this one recently, and I will be actually setting up a automated Momo account that will be playing ESTC on a regular basis. So definitely excited to set that up. That will be nice and fun to have some computers make me money while I do all of my sleeping during the day, since I don't sleep at night anymore. All right. Yeah, changing diapers, exactly. That is correct. Jeremy said, "Hey, can you do the morning room this morning?" And I was like, "I'm probably going to be sleeping until like 9:30 because I didn't really sleep last night. So that's going to be a no-go for me unless you want me to be falling asleep on the mic, which, I mean, I don't think he does. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think me sleeping on the mic is the most scintillating of content. I barely even snore too. It's just gonna be quiet. Sleep training. Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on the sleep training right now. All right. CRSR, Corsair Gaming. Excellent. So this one actually, if we do get a breakout above this level, I do like this one. We had this massive gap up on some kind of news, I assume, and we just faded off that gap the whole time. But we did round out. We filled the gap perfectly, and we're starting to move up. So if we can get above this 100 simple moving average, we're propped up by all the rest of the moving averages. I do like the look of that one. We've been moving sideways forever. We broke out. We were unable to hold. So, oh, that was Wall Street Bets move. Okay, interesting. Well, either way, those oftentimes we can get that second surge. So again, this one wouldn't be a bad one for a breakup, Joseph. That could be a decent move if we do get above here, and you could set up kind of the double, like you set this up as a stop limit, and this one up as a limit, and then you set this up as your stop. Something like that doesn't look too bad to me. Of course, they're gaming. I won't be taking that. You can't take everything. This one's kind of, it moves a little bit funky for me to be taking with that huge volume and with Wall Street Bets moving it, I'd prefer to stay away. But if you're looking at taking this one, it looks interesting. It could definitely make some nice moves. So I like the look of that. All right, WGO, Winnebago, Winnebago. So Winnebago did sell off all the way down into the 200. It sold up into a decent level. I mean, this stock kind of just plugs along over time. Just this is slow and steady mover, kind of like its product. So it bounced off this 200 here. You're probably looking just to buy a dip on this one. We have a nice couple of hammers in a row, 3 hammers here in a row. This one does like to put in hammers. You can see lower wicks kind of all over the place over here. It's a very hammery stock, and they usually work they usually work-ish. So I think if you're looking to play this one, just buy some kind of dip and look to play into some of these averages. I think Winnebago looks pretty decent, but we could for sure put in some double bottom down here before moving higher and come back down to this 60, 65, 63 region. And that would actually look really nice as well on Winnebago. So things are opening up. People can now drive around and do things. So I like it. Hopefully that's the same like thing. I don't know. I've never looked at this stock before, but I just assume it's that company. UAVS. Yeah, this one had that huge run up as a lot of stocks did, and we're now consolidating. We have a pretty nice little consolidation of the averages, and we ran our head up into the 200 today, really exactly. So we hit our head on that. So if we do break above there, I do like it. Your next target could be up into this 690 level. So I would watch for that one. So if we do get some kind of breakup and move, this one could be decent for a retest buy over here, or you could actually take that breakout here, stop there or there. So this one looks fairly decent from a technical level. If we do kind of continue to move higher on some things, it has put in this bottom. We did get get a little bit of increasing volume down here on some of these. So if we do close above all these bearish volume candles, I think this one could be looking pretty good. All right, looks good. So apps had an okay day today. Had a pretty good day on Friday. Pretty good. Only like, I mean, apps used to move 7% like every day back here in the glory days of apps when it was a super cool stock. Now it's just like a kind of cool stock. It had a nice 7% move on Friday. We did bounce perfectly off of the 100 moving average, and it looks like it's just going to keep moving higher. I mean, we had that nice consolidation. We gapped down, and we just got bought up on this day on May 11th, and we just never looked back. We've just been moving up higher. We had good earnings. This one is increasing. The earnings, their guidance, they have pretty decent fundamentals. So I'm looking for this one to get back up into these all-time highs again at some point here in the next couple of months. So if you're in apps, just hang tight, hold it. You can sell some covered calls up in these areas, these $100. Apps does have decent premium on it because it is a little bit more volatile of a stock. So apps is looking pretty good. If you wanted to buy the dip, I think around this 100 would be a nice place, around $75, $75.75 is probably where I would put my limit buy, just because I like to put in fun numbers like 75.75. And that's how I know that I thought a lot about it. If there's just a line like here in the chart, I go, that's not a real line. It's just 75.06. But if it's a 75.75, that's a real line. Yates thought about it a lot. He typed it in to his chart, and he went, yeah, this seems like a good place to buy. Yeah, genius. I know, right? It's the little things in life, right? Right, Jonathan. This one actually looks pretty decent. We did get this bounce off the 200 with a pretty epic hammer, and the next day we got another pretty epic hammer, and we broke out of it on the third day. So if you were watching this one, that would have been the move right there, taking this thing long above here. And if you're wanting to, if you missed that, what could you do today? You could set that trade up exactly like the one that someone else probably played. So if you played this trade once and it worked, and you got in here, it sold up here, you sold her out of the 50. Why not set up your buy right here and do it one more again? So just a thought, just an idea. Sometimes things work multiple times in a row, and I think that's what we call technical analysis, but I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, so this one looks pretty good. This is a nice retest gap, and we are retesting that gap right here at 71. We didn't quite fill it today. So if we do get a little bit of move down, fill it completely, I'd like it. And I would watch this one fairly closely if it's a stock you've been watching. We did put in this big volume candle. That could actually be real selling on this one and not any rebalancing. I know nothing about Malibu boats other than the fact that they might be from Malibu. Someone can correct me on that though, so it's probably wrong. Yeah, so just watch for this one to trade back down, look for it to double bottom, look for this hammer. I mean, when we look back at this one in a couple of months and say, wow, look at that hammer, if only we had played that June 16th hammer, it would have worked perfectly. Then we can do that today and set it up for tomorrow. So not even an ocean boat, it's like a lake boat. Oh, lame, right? Geez, who doesn't live on an ocean and have boats? Like, who would live in Denver and like not have a boat? Probably only losers. Not me at all. Not this guy. All right. Beyond. Everyone has Malibu boats on lakes here. Says Jonathan Wage. I've actually never heard of them. We go boating kind of semi often enough to know like one or two boat brands. But yeah, maybe we're just not cool in Denver. So that's usually it. Beyond Meat, I don't know. This thing is just like this. I get it, but this chart just is so rough to me when I look at it. It's just it's like one of those heart monitors where it's just kind of up and down and up and down. And look at this gap and this gap, and it's rough. Is all I got to say. But if you're playing it right now, we did get a nice retest gap here. We did consolidate. We're having a stair step pendant-ish pattern right here. All the moving averages are underneath the stock. We have all turned bullish on everything. So will this be the place when Beyond Meat decides to turn everything around and moon a Lambo for fake meat for all? Maybe. I would look to just buy a bit of a retest on this one. This is a pretty nice looking pattern. We have some really nice gaps up here. And so if we do get a little bit of retest into 152, I like that. Otherwise, maybe into this 145 area. So Beyond Meat pattern looks good. Overall, the chart is kind of ridiculous. I know Momo both, so short and long, works really well on Beyond Meat. It is one that that the buy and hold is worse than the Momo on this one, because I mean we have moved sideways on this for like ever. So on that chart, the buy and hold obviously not going to be very good, but Momo I think it's like a 600% returner. So over that time period. So pretty neat, pretty interesting. I like it. So that's Beyond Meat. Maybe just plug that into your computer and have some robots trade it for you would be how I would recommend playing it. Yeah, it's just 600%, Zach. So like not good, but okay. I mean, is that even okay? I don't know. All right. Yeah, meh. It's meh. All right. DKNG. Speaking of meh recently, DraftKings, we did have this gap down again, huge volume. We have just moved higher since. We filled this gap, and hopefully we can close above this 200 for the bulls. That would look pretty nice. I think DKNG, they do just spend tons and tons and tons of money in their advertising, but they are growing at a nice pace. So I'm looking for this one to come up into this 55 area, and I'll be selling some covered calls against my position on it, and we'll see what it does. Otherwise, if you're looking to buy this one, I would maybe hold off on it or try to get down here around 50, 75. So you have some room. I mean, we're gonna hit the 200 from the bottom like tomorrow maybe. January calls and the gap down. Did you buy them right here at 44.94, Hector? If I would assume you did. That's just at open, boom, all the calls just up handsomely. Yeah, down there-ish. Exactly. I mean, it's hard to be getting filled on calls down there-ish, but yeah, orders open. Awesome job. That's a great trade. I like it. So if you want to sell calls against those, yeah, if we break through this 200 from the bottom, we retest a little bit, move higher. That was going to be looking pretty good. So awesome job. It looks good on DraftKings. Seemingly going to recover a little bit from this sell-off here. So that's DraftKings looking pretty decent. MetaFast just a nice chart pattern here on Metafast. We had this ridiculous gap and go that just it done goed quite a bit. So I wouldn't sell a covered call tomorrow. All right, let me go back in time a little. Yeah, if it hit, I mean, it depends on what you're against. If it's against leaps, I would probably wait a little bit. We did get only two bull days in a row. I would want it to do something like this maybe, and then sell it like right here. So yeah, I think it can move higher for sure. But yeah, so I would wait a little bit, especially since you're not selling it against shares. So if you get called away, you'll actually have to roll it or do something else. You can't just get called away for profit. So that's kind of my thoughts on that one. Back to old Metafast. I think this one's got a pretty sweet hammer right off of the 100. It has the same plan of shares, sell at 956. Perfect, love it. Boy, I just, maybe we should just go back to DraftKings a couple more times. I need to get distracted some more because apparently Metafast, awesome hammer, perfect bounce off the 100 isn't scintillating enough for me to keep talking about it. But no, this looks really good. I think this one would be pretty good candidate to do what we were just talking about doing and buying that hammer again. So if you're looking to buy it, kind of buying a hammer in there, or you could even move this down. If I was doing it, I would do something more like this. Try to limit buy that. Just try to basically buy double bottom. Look how many. Look at how many bearish candles that were in a row right here. Is that like a world record? Look at all this red down here. That's ridiculous. Just went from 332 to, work for me, 21% down in just a number of days. Wow, nice. But I mean, we went up quicker than we went down. So we took the elevator up, then we took the elevator down. Are we going to move sideways, double bottom, move higher, take some stairs? Maybe. That's what I would look for. A little bit of this. So that's kind of what I'd watch for on Med. If you were watching Med, it looks pretty good. I like that chart a lot. I really like the hammer off of the 100. Food, good food market. Good food, not bad food. All right. It is possibly trying to double bottom down here. Also, if you're looking at it on a bullish side, otherwise it's trying to just F curve and head directly to zero. So depends on which side of things you're on. It could be, you could see this as a nice, perfect little head and shoulders here. So I don't know. This one, it's a nice bullish trend. It's a nice retest. I like it. I think this one, I think you're just setting up a, some kind of bullish limit buy on this one, and you're seeing if we do actually make that double bottom. I think that I don't know where I would probably wait and see what this thing does. It's not like we have a huge average true range anyway, and you're just going to miss it. This one just kind of is dropping along for a little while. So I'd give this one some time. All the moving averages are bearish, and it's not showing us that it wants to be bullish quite yet. So give food a little bit of time. Good food, maybe not. X did pull down to the 100, and we are doing it one more time. So we did not quite hit the 100, and we hadn't hit the 100 since, is it March? No, September. I mean, yeah, I thought it, October. We have not hit the 100 since October. I think if you wanted to buy this one, trying to buy it with a little bit of a double bottom again down here, not the worst idea in the world. Could be pretty decent. Steel, lumber, a lot of these goods are having a bit of a dip right now. They're selling off, they're cooling down, which is good. We do want to see that. So I think this would be kind of the area where I would start to want X to go bullish again, though. If we do break down through this 100, I think we do head a little bit lower and possibly yeah, I mean possibly we do actually head down into this into the $20 region. So I think this is where it should hold. We want it to hold right up here in this 100. If not, I think we could break down somewhere in this region a little bit. So on that one, make sure you have your stops in place. Make sure you have your puts in place if you're in long, because we should hold here. So we'll see if we do or not at X. All right, this one, Vertex Energy. It just had a small little run over the recent couple months. Today we ended with a nice hammer at almost, this is an all-time high close. So we are closing an all-time high today with a hammer. Probably not the place to buy. If you wanted to get in this one, probably the place to buy is like right over here, I think, for like 57 cents. That was the place to buy. But no, I think this was a really great retest. We did have this this huge candle. We gapped up above it. Then we had another gap up, huge volume on this candle, and then we sold off about half of this candle right here into the 20s. The moving averages did finally catch up. You got a hammer off of this 20. That was actually the place to buy on this one, and that one worked out perfectly. And now this is kind of the place to sell right here. So yeah, I mean, but hey, you're here now, Israel. You see it, so you're perfect. You're good to go. You're good to go now. Now we all know. But yeah, this one that is such a beautiful pattern. That one worked out so well, looked great, and yeah, give this one some time if you're in. If not, buy it lower. Buy it lower. All right, GOEV canoe. Oh, it's the canoe thing. Boy, this stock's now my nemesis for Robert Falco, making me think they sell canoes, and I still think they might. So who knows? They've basically made me question everything in my entire life on this one chart right here. Canoe is just moving directly sideways. We had this pretty sweet Morningstar reversal right here. That one looked really good. It didn't quite play out. And then we are just kind of getting a little bit of a pennant pattern right here. So this one, if we do break higher, I think a nice target would be up in this $11 region. These moving averages are going to be pushing it down. We don't know, Hector. We don't know if they make canoes or if they just got lazy naming their company and that's the only word they could think of. So it's very hard to say. No one knows. I don't think anyone on the earth knows. So yeah. So how would I know? I mean, that's my excuse if no one else knows. Yeah, it has some nice patterns going on here. This little hammerish candle that dipped through looks pretty good. So an electric canoe in water, I'll pass. Yeah, it is actually EV car parts, Sammy. Sammy is correct. It has nothing to do with canoes. Why it's named canoes, we don't know. Because yeah, electric canoes could be cool. See, we shouldn't, like when Yates is on the mic, let's not talk about GOEV. It's off. It's off. We got to eliminate that stock from all Yates days, from ever, no more. All right, Nikola. This is another fun one. So Nikola is recovering a little bit. So the cars that roll down hills are starting, the stock is starting to roll maybe uphill. It has doubled since this monster volume candle back on April 22nd. When we were at $10, we are now at $20. So it is still a thing. And if you bought it on April 22nd, you would have doubled your money. And today would have been an excellent time to be selling it as all the moving averages are pushing it down, but resistance is meant to be broken. So can this thing go higher? Maybe. You got a lot of resistance in the way. Agreed, Justin. A lot of resistance in the way, and I think if you wanted to buy this one, you're going to want to buy probably retest maybe into 16 or so. Definitely have stops on this. When you see a company with a chart like this, you are trying to pick the bottom, and possibly this will get bought up and continue going. So you closed above that big volume, says Albert. Yes, that could be nice. We're also closing above the 200. I don't think this one would be any kind of, is this in the Russell? It's in the NASDAQ. So I'm not sure if this is the rebalancing or if this is an actual candle. It probably, I wouldn't take this as a huge sign. I would still want to buy this one. Here's a little double bottom right here. I would want to buy it kind of around the 1730 region. So personally, if that was me, that's where I'd be looking to buy it, and I'd have a stop right here, like 1492 ish, and then just see if that one works, because I would definitely not just want to be long in shares without an absolute zero position or some kind of stop in place on NKLA. Not the best company to be in. All right, PLTR. PLTR has now come back. I know there's a lot of people who are in PLTR, as we had this monster sell-off here down to 56% on this day, and even further all the way down to this candle. But possibly some bag holders are going to start to be relieved a little bit. So that is one thing, there will be some decent supply. So you will get some selling as we do move higher to some of those people who were buying on some of these big days, like over here. These days had huge volume, so we could get some selling to there. So not a bad time to sell calls and calls against your shares or your calls could be good. Sammy actually exited his whole position today. Awesome job on that one. It is definitely, you want to be locking in some up here as we do get into this. If we do fill this gap for sure, I would be looking to lock in some gains on it, sell some calls, get in some callers, do something to protect. But it has been a nice trend. We haven't just moved straight up. So PLTR could certainly continue to go. It does look pretty nice. Yeah, the RSI is super high, agreed, but it could continue to go higher just because all our moving. I mean, we could certainly just get a little dip like this, and then come continue a little bit higher. Then I would bring our RMS a little bit on nice into the 60 region again. So yeah, that's probably the kind of dip I'd be looking for on it without any kind of other news or anything. I think just if you're in PLTR, just wait it out, sell against it, and take profits once you are profitable on this thing. All right, PCOR. PCOR is a pretty nice looking chart pattern. It was similar to DOCN a little bit. So we had that breakout kind of this level and this level. We chopped between it for a little bit. Basically, the IPO candle is right here and here or so. And so that IPO candle, it chopped within it for how long? Like a month. And then we broke out of that. So if you're looking to buy this one, possibly look to buy it around this 20, so around $89. Could be pretty saucy. And then just, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily, I'd probably have a pretty wide stop on this one, or just try to do a quick scalp on it. So, but either way, you're looking to get it somewhere around where it is today and looking for it to move higher back into a new all-time high. So that one looks pretty nice and I like it. All right, Uber. Uber. Yeah, decent. Not, I don't really see a setup here. I don't know what these lines are from. Probably some kind of mentor back trading-y, something-y. But I do like how we did hold up nicely on this 100 just recently. We did fill this gap and we are moving higher. So we filled the gap and we didn't S curve down, which is what people thought we were doing. So here's this candle, right? Where's my drawing tool? Right here, we have this big volume candle. All these people shorting on this day were thinking that here's our S curve and we're going to zero. We didn't do that. We did move higher. We closed above it just a couple days ago, and we're starting to move a little bit higher. So I think this one could continue to just move up into this area over the next couple of days to weeks. So if you're in Uber, just kind of trail your stops. All the moving averages are now in your favor, which looks nice. So you do have these in your favor, except this one, which would be your target. So I like that. Uber's looking pretty decent. I don't actually ever trade Uber, but doesn't mean you can't. And it does looks pretty good. Looks kind of decent. So that is Uber, and that is it for all of the stocks today. So Uber is a dying breed. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what they do. They do lose like gazillions of dollars each and every year, but able to turn it around. So let me delete all of these stocks off my list, and hold on, I'll get your stock list for Tuesday. And I believe I might be here tomorrow as well for part of the time, and Jeremy will be there for part of the time. So we'll see what happens with that. So Diz, Cat, Coin, T. All right, I know there were some in Slack that I'm not sure we got to. CRM, oh, that's a lot. UPST, TTD. That one didn't work. UPST, TTD. This is harder than it looks, guys. ETH, Ethereum looking kind of decent, right? Looks like we might have bottomed out to an extent. I had to scroll up, so I can't see what you're saying to that, but so far most of my pyramids are filled on Ethereum. So that's just me, and I'll be holding those on a long-term basis. And I certainly expect slash am okay if we do go lower, and I will add a little bit at a time. So that's basically everything. I got most of your tickers, kind of. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm okay with whatever happens on it, as long as if years from now it's above this price, I'll be happy. All right, perfect. That's everything for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for having fun with me here on this Monday morning. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Bye.